And Proteus, son of Tenthredon, led the Magnesians, men who lived around the Peneus, up along Mount Pelion, sloped in wind-whipped leaves. Racing Proteus led them on, and his command sailed 40 long black ships. These were the captains of Achaea and the kings. Now tell me, Muse, who were the bravest of them all, of the men and chariot teams that came with Atreus' sons? The best by far of the teams were Eumelus' mares, and Pheres' grandson drove them. Swift as birds, matched in age in their glossy coats, and matched to a builder's level flat across their backs. Phoebus Apollo, lord of the silver bow, had bred them both in Perea, a brace of mares that raced the war god's panic through the lines. But best by far of the men was Telamonian Ajax, while Achilles raged apart. The famed Achilles towered over them all, he and the battle team that bore the peerless son of Peleus into war. But off in his beaked sea-going ships he lay, raging away at Atrides, Agamemnon, king of armies, while his men sported along the surf, marking time, hurling the discus, throwing spears and testing bows. And the horses, each beside its chariot, champing clover and parsley from the marshes, waited, pawing idly. Their master's chariot stood under blankets now, stored away in the tents, while the rank and file, yearning for their leader, the great man of war, drifting here and there throughout the encampment, hung back from the fighting. But on the armies came, as if the whole earth were devoured by wildfire, yes, and the ground thundered under them, deep as it does for Zeus who loves the lightning, Zeus in all his rage when he lashes the ground around Taphias and Arema, there where they say the monster makes his bed of pain. So the earth thundered under their feet, armies trampling, sweeping through the plain at blazing speed. Now the Trojans. Iris, the wind-quick messenger, hurried down to Ilium, bearing her painful message, sent by storming Zeus. The Trojans, assembled hard by Priam's gates, gathered together there, young men and old, and rushing closer, racing Iris addressed them, keying her voice to that of Priam's son Polites. He had kept a watch for the Trojans, posted atop old Ascites' tomb, and poised to sprint for home at the first sign of Argives charging from the ships. Like him to the life the racing Iris urged, "Old Priam, words, endless words, that is your passion always, as once in the days of peace. But ceaseless war is upon us. Time and again I've gone to battle, fought with men, but I've never seen an army great as this. Too much, like piling leaves or sand, and on they come, advancing across the plain to fight before our gates. Hector, I urge you first of all, do as I tell you. Armies of allies crowd the mighty city of Priam, true, but they speak 1,000 different tongues, fighters gathered here from all ends of the realm. Let each chief give commands to the tribe he leads, move them out, marshal his own contingents, now." Hector missed nothing. That was a goddess's call. He broke up the assembly at once. They rushed to arms, and all the gates flung wide and the Trojan mass surged out. Horses, chariots, men on foot. A tremendous roar went up. Now a sharp ridge rises out in front of Troy, all on its own and far across the plain, with running room around it, all sides clear. Men call it Thicket Ridge, the immortals call it the leaping Amazon, Myrene's mounded tomb. And there the Trojans and allies range their troops for battle.